Welcome, everyone, to the Oakland Volleyball Notebook. My name is Neil Rule, the voice of the Golden Grizzlies. Happy to have you with us. And right now we are joined by volleyball head coach Rob Beam. And Rob, appreciate the time. And look, man, it's great to talk to you again. We haven't had the opportunity to wrap for a little bit. It's been a couple minutes, as the kids would say, Rob. But I know you guys, while certainly not everything has been fundamentally the same in terms of getting ready for a volleyball season. I know the excitement probably supersedes all of that, right?
Yeah, I think we're all very eager to get back on the floor, compete. The even getting into some of the regular processes have been great. Going through scouting film, and it's kind of funny to dig into film from 2019 and think that's the most recent take on an opponent that's available, at least commonly available. So, we've had, we did a little bit of that. We've, been doing a lot with our team and trying to get everybody ready and get ready for this really unique season. But I think we're all excited about it. And, there's a small subset of coaches that have always wanted volleyball to be a winter spring sport for a unique set of reasons. And I think like this is a really great trial run, so we'll kind of see how it is and how's the media interest and how's the television numbers, especially at the peak levels. And, we're going to also do it at the same time that all these other sports are competing. And like, what could be better than college sports playing, basically, almost all of them at the exact same time.
Right. And Rob, I want to get into your team and who we're going to be looking out for and those types of things and even touch on the scheduling aspect. But I have more of a 35,000 foot question because given the uniqueness of the sport of volleyball in terms of timing, in terms of rhythm, in terms of everything that you guys have to do to be successful in a volleyball match, I would imagine, again, to borrow a phrase from the kids, I would imagine that this pause and this stoppage probably hits a little different in volleyball, just based on all those things I outlined.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a lot of timing components. Obviously, the skills of volleyball are relatively complex, even though they're simple. Being a master of them takes years and years of practice. And there's a period of time where the physiological demands of the sport are really unique, and acclimatizing to the workload of being an anaerobic jumping athlete, where you're sprinting, stopping, changing directions, diving on the ground, elevating, recovering, and then having to do it again in 8 or 9 seconds. That's not something that's very easily replicatable in the weight room or in conditioning. Like there's elements around all those things, but there's very little thing that you can do other than play to get used to that. I think the other part of it that maybe gets lost in it is because we do play a game that has so much rhythm to it, that the interpersonal space and everybody's so close together on the court, 900 square feet and 6 people. It's really important that we have good relationships and connections, and we work on how do we communicate with each other and like feel comfort. And we've got 4 freshmen and anticipate each of them having a role in our system this year, and some of them playing really big key components. And so getting them onboarded through the fall and getting them here into the winter and letting them feel really comfortable, not just with the volleyball part, but the relationships part has been a really big focus for our team. And I think like that's actually, an area that's been really nice to focus on, but it also has been made more difficult and challenging based on the virtual environment that we're occupying at the moment. You've got to figure out how to build great human connection while talking to TV screens. So, it's been a lot of fun. It's presented some great challenges for us, but opportunities are there, and, doing things uniquely is something I really enjoy. So this whole period of time is kind of gone through that cycle of a little bit of stress, then a little bit of creativity, and then some great solutions, and then some growth. So I think this has been a really interesting, almost, at this point, it's been almost 12 whole months. We're at 10 and a half months from, when we completely paused in March last year.
Rob, what about this team in particular? And look, we know the docs on the roster and the Jamie Wallings and those types of players that we know what they bring, we know what they offer. As far as the freshmen, you mentioned 4 of them. Give me a little bit of a breakdown. What are you expecting from a personnel perspective?
Well, I think we've got a great team, a really deep roster, where any number of players can affect the match at any one time. We've got a defensive specialist group that I think is as talented as we've ever had, in the time that I've been here at Oakland, and I'm really excited about them. If you stick your head in the gym, you get to see some outstanding effort plays, some great energy plays, just unbelievable touches. Some, like last night as we were scrimmaging, our coverage was, picking up balls and prolonging rallies, and the defensive specialist group, obviously keyed by Lindsey Whiteman, but has as a household name here in the Horizon League. But that group is really deep, and I see all of them being able to compete and contribute on game day. Jess Riedel has really had a great career, and coming into her own, I think she really has done an awesome job with her conditioning and fitness, and being ready to play, and coming back honestly in the best shape of her career in September. And that's been a fantastic thing for her, and she's going to play an even bigger role, I think, this year as a more veteran senior starter, even as not senior starter, junior starter, because of that extra work. I think our setters got a great experience in 2019, kind of thrown into the fire, both as freshmen and having to figure out college sports, and have had a little time to mature, and we haven't had as much practice as we would like and things to work on technically, but I think they're doing a great job learning on the fly. And I think that extra year of age has really done a great, helping them mature and learn the offense and learn how we want to communicate with each other, and how do we, solve problems, getting into the tactics. And then, like I said, I mentioned the 4 freshmen. We've got, one outside hitter, one defensive specialist, libero, and a middle hitter, and 2 middle hitters. And I think one of the middle hitters is possibly going to play in two or three different roles. So, Libby's a really versatile player, really dynamic. People are going to love watching her play. I think Ananias has done a great job learning and growing right now in the middle, and is really taken to some going on the slide behind the center. Kennedy Dolmage is a household name around Oakland University. I think she's got 18 family members that have been Oakland University alumni, and she's going to be an outstanding passer defender for us. And Patty Cesarini, because of some other injuries, is going to step right into a primary outside hitter role, and her 6 rotation skill set is going to be really valuable and complement Brittany Welsh as a returning starter as well. So, I think we've got a whole bunch of players that are ready to go, and I really like our roster. And again, I think the depth of the team is really one of those key components, and something that we'll draw on throughout the year.
Rob, as always, it's great to get a chance to catch back up with you. It's great to sit down and chat with you. And fans, remember, you can catch a lot of the matches on ESPN Plus as well. So we'll have that national visibility for the Oakland volleyball program as well. Thanks again, Rob. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Neil, and it's good to see you.